How's practice today?
It was good. It was good. Today should be one of the toughest days of the year for us. You're kind of at that midpoint of camp, about the halfway point, and having 2 practice days. Everyone's tired, but you're supposed to be tired. It should hurt. It should be miserable. It should be painful. But if it can hurt and we can fight through and improve, we got a chance to be a good team. And I thought we did. I thought we fought through. I thought we improved today. We're better today than we were yesterday.
Coach, you mentioned in the spring that when you started fall camp, you didn't want to have to go back and repeat anything, and you said that the first day of fall camp that you thought you weren't at that point. Is that still what you're saying?
Yeah, our guys understand our offense, understand the defense, the special teams. I think there's a much higher expectation, not just from our coaches, but from the players themselves on the field, at the level they feel they should be performing at in all phases of the game. And I think they're starting to hold each other accountable to those things.
Was Swedenberg kind of injured? I know you probably prepare for everything, but are Broccoli and DeFast both getting?
They're getting a lot of reps punting. It's tricky. I don't know if I feel comfortable yet with one of them being ready to go punt for us in a game. It's not a perfect situation, but they've been working at it in case we get in that situation where they have to go in a game and do it.
Can you talk about Heath? You feel like he's kind of over the issues last year with the hip?
He looks a lot better this year. Heath does. He's improved his leg swing, much more consistent with everything, and that's been the biggest thing with Heath. He's a guy that goes up and he's trying to hit a 60-some yard punt every single time, and we're settling into let's hit a 45, 50 yard punt every time, but do it every time. Not a 60 and a 20. Let's be consistent with our kicks.
How did the offensive line respond?
Good. They're still coming along. They're the ones because with the offensive line, it's 5 guys working together. It's not an ex-receiver running the route, by himself out there. It's 5 guys all working together, and if one guy gets off page, you can look sloppy. And so they're coming along. We're moving guys around and juggling guys around and seeing what they can do. Because we need to have 10 guys prepared for the season for us to be able to get through the season. So. Finding those different combinations and getting those 10 guys ready is a key.
What does Montrell's departure mean for the tailback depth? What do you think about your situation there?
It'll be fine. We'll just rotate the 4 guys that are there. We're going to rotate backs anyway probably this year, so I don't think it really means much to us.
Has the rotations at wide receiver solidified any? Is still?
Not at all. Again, that's a position where it's good. You want to be too deep. But every starting job's still open. The Bumpus and Heavens that are H receiver, that's neck and neck right now. Who's going to be starting for us? But we need 2 of them to be ready to play, to take out the reps in the game. And I've been pleased. Chris Smith and Leon Berry have done a good job, and Arcito Clark and Rico Sanders are coming along. We need some young guys to step up still. We just don't have the depth at that position. We need those young guys to get ready to go contribute on the field.
Speaking of receivers, how close are you to get the numbers you want there, depth and whatnot?
Hopefully after this year's recruiting class, we'll be there. But the scary thing is after this next season's recruiting class, we're going to have the depth, but they're all freshmen still. So we have the depth we want, but a bunch of them are going to be first-year players that we're going to need to come in and play right away.
Speaking of just talent level across the board, I know you got a ways to go until you maybe reach what you had at Florida, but can you kind of gauge where you are in relation to that?
Yeah, I have no idea because it's hard to. I know our team. I have no idea. I don't even remember. You get lost in where talent levels are with things. But I do like it. I like the fact that when practice becomes competitive to hold on to your job at every position on the field, you're starting to develop the depth of talent that you want. We're getting that way. There'll be guys today that were running with the ones in the morning that won't be running with the ones in the afternoon. And every practice is going to be a different guy. If whoever wins the job at that practice, they start at the next practice.
Coach, you mentioned the 4 guys that are backs. You plan on playing Nick Griffin some this year?
Yeah, we got to get ready for him to play. If he's ready, we'll play him. A talented player, like all our freshmen. If we feel they're ready to go in the game and contribute, they're going to play. If we feel they're not 100% ready to go play, where they're going to have success on the field, we'll protect them until they are 100% ready to go.